On behalf of the family, we would like to humbly thank everyone here today and those that have paid their respects over the course of the last week. Never would we have thought that our beloved Dad would reach out and have such an impact to so many. We would often question him as to why he would leave to go to work so early, knowing that he would return home some 14 or 15 hours later. His simple reply to us was always the same: my customers. He loved his customers and staff, and it would appear that they loved him back. Sisto Malaspina was born in Sant'Egidio, a small town in the Marche region of Italy. As the youngest of 6 children, by the way, Sestilio literally translates to number 6. We figured that his parents must have run out of names. Giuseppina, his oldest sister, followed her husband to Australia and reported back that there was great opportunity here. One by one, the 3 brothers followed her here to seek a better life. Upon arriving in Australia, like many other Italians, he found employment in a meatworks, initially before embarking on his more suited career of hospitality with Peter Rowland Catering. In the late 60s, he met a beautiful, talented, intelligent Polish lady, and probably good-looking, who had also come to Australia with her widowed mother after the war, our mum Vicky. They married in 1972. In 1974, the opportunity arose to purchase Pellegrini's, Melbourne's first espresso bar. This had always been a dream for Mum and Dad, and it was a move that shaped the rest of his life in the best of ways. Now I'd like to share with you some memories of Dad outside of the shop. Although he worked 60 to 80 hours a week for 40 years, it meant that he cherished and used his family time to the fullest. Sisto's motto was, "It's not the quantity of time you spend with your family, it's the quality time." And his children enjoyed many wonderful moments with their parents. Dad introduced Mum to opera and instilled a love that saw them attending performances regularly, even flying interstate with their friend Carlo for a production of Turandot in Sydney. And Mum and Dad still speak about the special event featuring Dame Kiri Te Kanawa Opera in the Outback. Our special thanks go to the Australian Opera for their tribute to our Dad. Thank you for this generous gesture. Mum, Dad, and their close friends knew how to party, especially down at the beach house. We have so many great memories, mostly with all the wonderful people in the first rows here. Growing up with so many uncles and aunties, it was like we had dozens of brothers and sisters too. Dad was in his element down at the beach house, entertaining his friends until the wee hours of the morning. It was not uncommon to have over 50 people there, all happy, smiling and well-fed and entertained. We had the best to eat, the best to drink, but as Dad would say, all that meant nothing without great company that made the hours fly by. And then there was the laughter, loud and contagious, that would also continue throughout the night. Now, Mum and Dad have a veggie patch down at the beach. A few years ago, Dad came up with an idea to help turn over the soil in preparation to planting tomatoes. Any normal person would use a rake or shovel for such a small space, not Dad. His idea, as you can see on the back page of today's booklet, was the world's smallest tractor with a rotary hoe. Dad never did anything by halves or the easy way. He was so proud of that little Kubota, so much so that once it was offloaded off the trailer, Dad drove it all of 25 metres and then ran out of room, amongst Mum's poppies, and left it there in the middle of the flower bed where it remained for years. Dad was fond of his toys, not just necessarily fond of finishing any jobs with them. He also loved to tinker with coffee machines. so that all family members had one in their house. No family member of Mr. Coffee must be without an espresso machine at home. One great time was when Dad took me skiing. Keep in mind that the night prior, Dad didn't get home until midnight, yet we were up at 5 a.m. to drive to the snow. We weren't the greatest of skiers and spent quite a while sliding down the slopes of Mount Buller's Federation Run because someone suggested it looked easy. We had a good laugh at the end of the day. Upon our descent of the mountain, Dad wanted to fill our water bottles up with fresh water from a mountain stream. Whilst trying to fill up the bottle, he slipped and fell into the freezing water. I couldn't stop laughing despite him yelling for assistance. Payback was quick though. Soon Dad was in his undies, changing into dry clothes on the side of the mountain road. A few passers-by beeped their horns. I was so embarrassed. Now, Dad had a particular fashion sense. I don't know a word to describe it, but it was out there. You will see in some photos later the wild shirts with mismatched pockets, which he had especially made, bright socks, and wild colours, made up an attire so unique that only he could carry. His loud clothing matched his personality. He would make friends wherever he went. Even touring around Italy together many years ago, Dad was recognised by one of his customers in a small village we were visiting. Dad is an example of why Melbourne is the best city in the world. And yes, I'm biased. Our great country has been blessed with waves of migrants from all corners of the globe. These people bring their culture and dreams with them in search of a better life. Melbourne is a melting pot of all these cultures, making Melbourne magical. Dad loved Melbourne with a passion. And was so proud to live in this unique and wonderful city. Our family would like to thank the emergency response personnel, many of whom knew Dad personally. Dad held all the members of the police, ambulance and fire department in high regard, and they, if on duty, would receive priority service as they often were required to attend an incident. Our family have felt the emotion and witnessed the outpouring of love from so many people. Dad, while so vibrant and warm, never boasted or big-noted whom he had the pleasure of serving on any particular day. There has been so many stories, anecdotes, and messages of condolences. It is so overwhelming. There is no doubt that his customers meant so much to him. Although we might not know all of you personally, we know that he had a number of customers that he saw on a day-to-day basis for many years. Just know that he didn't consider you customers. He considered you friends. This we know for sure. To the family that have come over from Italy, and the rest of the family watching this over there. Per la nostra famiglia in Italia, vi ringraziamo per il vostro supporto in tempi come questi. Paola e Elena per essere qui presente. Particolarmente zia Maria e zia Lucia, le sorelle in Italia. Un abbraccio forte da noi tutti in Australia. Last of all, to the staff at both Pellegrini's and the Spaghetti Tree, your support over the years, and especially in this last week, has been nothing short of remarkable. You have been able to hold down the fort and give us space to grieve when you had every right to need that time for yourself. For this we thank you deeply. From an early age, Dad taught us good old-fashioned values and good manners. Smiles cost nothing. His view was simple. You greet somebody upon arrival, you say your pleases and thank yous, say goodbye when you or they were leaving, and treat everybody equally, despite outward appearances, race, religion, or social standing. Dad had the amazing ability to make everybody feel special. Apart from the wholesome, old-fashioned good food and great coffee, I believe it was his love of people that made him successful. He had the amazing ability to lift one's spirit with a greeting and that big smile, with the assistance of a bright, flamboyant shirt and ever-present cravat.